Woo, all right, we are live. Hello, everybody. I'm Lonnie.
I'm Lindsey.
And we are Untitled Nerd Network, brought to you by Infinity Flux out of Hickson, Tennessee. And this is what, the third time I've had you on?
I think it's number 3.
Yeah,
number 3.
Mr. Todd, also known as Chattanooga Todd, also known as, how many titles do you have?
I don't know. I've lost count. You know, it goes and comes from different things. It depends on if we're talking about haunt or we're talking about Chattanooga. There's always a title.
Some of the titles you probably don't even claim.
I don't. There's some names that I won't even say on the air. Which I guess it don't matter at this point, does it? So, yeah.
Oh.
You've been called a few of those probably. Yeah. I digress. Right.
You know, the people who get on the chat and try to embarrass me, they're not even here yet.
No,
It's already starting.
That's great.
Woo. Yeah, I'm red already, not even a minute in. Okay, I gather my train of thought back. We're doing something a little different tonight. Normally we're doing like news. We might do a little bit of...
I just saw the screen go dead.
We're good?
Computer.
Ruby Falls Haunted Cavern / Fear Connection presents Dread Hollow.
Yes.
Tell us, I just want to go ahead and address the elephant in the room. Why? You never know.
There may be one. We
I
haven't
haven't been all the way
undead
through yet, so.
Why are we not at Ruby Falls doing this like normal?
Well, over the years we've been talking about doing something larger. The cave can only encompass so much. The parking lot can only encompass so much. And this venue is 3 times the size of what we do up there. So Dread Hollow, it takes a lot. Because the legend of Dread Hollow it's going to be a constant, but it's going to revolve. So right now, some of the houses are from the 1600s, some are from the 1950s. You know, and the sanatorium over here is kind of from that same era and all. But I mean, and the clock tower is from the 1600s, but it's revamped and actually from the 1950s now. So it's kind of a whole thing. The clock tower ties the whole Dread Hollow story together because the legend is Mercy Harker was one of the first people to live in the town in the 1600s, and she was a witch, but she
like her.
Yeah. So she got the town to hang 13 innocent women, and basically it's brought evil upon the town. And then Mercy was on the clock tower laughing about how the town is hers and she will forever live, and basically it's her domain and nothing they can do now, blah, blah, blah. And when lightning struck the tower, they thought she was dead. Little be known that Mercy has not died. She's still alive, and that's why this year we brought back one of our favorite families of all time, Grimsby. We did them about 6-7 years ago, and everybody loved them because it was Meet the Grimsbys, M-E-A-T, because they're basically a family of cannibals.
Ooh.
So they have our own meat market, and imagine they run out of cows, so they decided to start using tourists. So anyway, so the Grimsbys are here, the sanatorium is here, and what happened with the sanatorium is it was actually the prominent sanatorium of Dread Hollow, but the doctor's wife was trying to rebuild and reconstruct the clock tower, and while she was on top of the clock tower trying to get everything going back and everything, lightning struck, she fell, and pretty much to her death, except for she still had a heartbeat. They took her to the sanatorium. The doctor loves his wife so much. Her name is Rose, which he named the sanatorium after, Rosemore. So he has been doing everything in his power to bring her back to life, even delving into witchcraft. So the asylum now has taken over itself. So the patients are now doctors, the doctors are now patients, and it's just pretty much just a messed up, pretty much, I don't like that side.
It's like you want zombies, that's how you get zombies.
Yeah. So anyway, there's just in a nutshell the stories. And each year, Dread Hollow will stay the same in the fact that it's a town of Dread Hollow, but every year there will be a different story on each side of so it's 2 haunts in one, and every year it'll revolve around a different era or a different building or a different thing. So it's never going to be the same.
Now I was gonna do like a quick run through, but we have the laptop. We don't really have like a mobile thing. Of course, it's just us tonight. There's nobody that I know of.
I didn't bring anybody. We're good.
Okay, you tell me if you did.
I would tell you. I would tell you.
But I was gonna kind of
next time.
Like pick up the cam and just kind of do a sweep through and just kind of look at what we're.
I mean, I can take my phone and
Yeah.
go around.
It's,
I don't know how much you'd want to.
I'm kind of. That's what we're talking about. There's the gas station over there.
Sanatorium.
Yeah, that's the part that makes you uncomfortable.
Yep.
And if the dude who did it is uncomfortable, no, oh
Right.
God, that looks creepy. And that's kind of what we're looking at. You see up there, it's like hangman there.
God, which project?
He's dead now. You're good.
I wasn't paying attention. You can't do that to me.
See, you shouldn't have stolen his box. Got
Sorry.
nowhere to put his feet.
You're good now.
Yeah,
Oh, good.
I appreciate
Welcome to
that, because
October.
I was like busy trying to readjust the camera and
Well,
stuff.
I mean,
I'm like,
this is a professional scarer. He knows his moments. He can find them.
Well, you were pointing at him, so I figured you wanted to see him. So.
Yeah. We're showing it
Are you
off,
good?
So.
yeah,
Okay,
I'm good.
okay.
I'm good.
So anyway, that was for you guys. And hopefully y'all can comment and talk about how funny it was to watch Lonnie jump, even though y'all didn't see it. You saw the camera and kind of.
Yeah. Now
This is how
we,
to give Lonnie a heart attack.
we are doing the legacy tokens thing tonight, so check out the. I didn't put the instructions up there, but exclamation point LT will show you how many you have. You get 10 per 10 minutes watched, and then
That's pretty cool.
exclamation point UNN into the chat, space the number you want to bet. We'll bet, and you can either win or lose those. So
Cool.
it's a neat little frequent viewer thing we've got going on.
Nice.
We're eventually
Okay.
going to be able to, people can pay their tokens towards getting a shout out or being able to pick the game that we
Or a
play.
prize
And-
package or
Yeah,
something.
stuff like
Yeah,
that.
that's
So
cool.
eventually, and we'll probably end up doing something pretty heavy at Chattanooga.
Yeah. Hey, well, you know what? Maybe we can toss a couple passes at you for the legacy stuff.
Cool. That would be awesome, actually.
There you go. So hold me to it. You can go back and play this.
We're sitting here networking and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. So it-
Hashtag promises made.
Yeah, so it's not just Halloween we're talking about. We're talking about everything. But anyway,
Yeah.
we're open starting tomorrow night, and every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in October, and of course on Halloween night we'll be open as well. And I know the kids are out of school, I believe, starting Friday, so it's a
Yeah.
good time to bring the kids down and let us scare the bejesus out of them. It's
If anybody has
That's
anything,
actually what I was gonna ask that question.
yes.
Is it kind of kid appropriate?
No. No, we don't recommend it. We literally had a gentleman bring in his like 7 or 8 year old, and we told him no, and he got through about first room, and they came out, and we were like, sorry, because it's your kid better than we do. We say not recommended for 12 and under, but some kids can handle it, some kids can't. So, but I mean,
It's been a topic upon mothers at the daycare, so that's why I was asking.
yeah.
Oh, I'm
yeah.
thinking daycare
Well-
is probably an
Well, I mean,
indicator of no.
Staff,
Oh, yeah.
staff with like kids his age and up.
No, and-
We've been discussing it,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I'm not real sure about that.
Our actors are trained to go after them. I mean, there's nobody. The way we see it is everybody paid, so we're gonna be harsh on everybody. So, the more he cries, the more they get him.
I've never actually, I personally have never been to a haunted house.
Have you not?
I've never done it. And
Oh, can we
fresh
take you
meat.
through it and,
Yeah.
and record you?
That would be awesome.
You guys want that to happen?
Yes, everybody post and say,
Yeah.
wait,
we
do
want to
y'all?
see Lonnie.
What the crap? We know.
You want to
Like,
watch him get scared more?
I don't.
Come
I
on.
mean, I've been hearing stories about this place, like legit, because you've already done a weekend.
Yeah, we were open last weekend.
I've heard people have pissed themselves,
Yes.
legitimately. I'm not. We're not exaggerating. I've actually heard that people have urinated on themselves from fright at this place.
Yes.
And I'll go ahead and say, we had to walk around the back earlier to get the table to set the laptop, and all we had was like a little flashlight, and he was walking in front of me, and I wasn't real comfortable with that.
But no,
I too went in the back, but it wasn't nearly as scary. To me. I'm braver than you are.
Yeah, you are. So
the
I mean,
bathrooms are scary.
aside from that, do we have any more interesting stories? I mean, you train your people to really make it happen.
Well, me and my partner have both been doing this for 25 years. I tell people we've ran haunts all the way from Memphis to Nashville. Of course, we've done the Ruby Falls Haunted Cavern for the past 12 years. So, I mean, we've been training guys for a long time. We actually have a staff of 50 people. So then actually some nights it fluctuates from 55 down to maybe 49 or so. So when you get in this building, this queue line, there's actors in here, there's actors inside the stores, there's actors all over the place, especially if you get here early. If you get here early and you walk onto Town Square, you're going to meet at least 10 to 15 characters. So they interact. We used to do a freak parade up at Ruby Falls, and people loved that so much. They used to get there earlier and earlier and earlier, and so we couldn't figure out how to do a freak parade here. So now we just let half the actors out, and so they'll come out here and mingle with the people. And then by the time we open, which basically we hang Doug every night. That kicks off the haunt, and they all applaud.
That's your shotgun into the air.
They all skedaddle through doorways and different crevices, and then they wait inside for you. So.
Wow. So how many square feet of scare do we have going on in here?
It is approximately 22,000 square feet.
That's a lot of terrifying.
Yeah.
So the one ticket and all of it?
Yep. One ticket is $20. That includes your tax and everything, so it's like 18 and tax, so whatever. It's just 20. It's easy to say $20 no matter what. $20. If you want to skip the line, because some nights the line is about right to here, and that's about an hour. You can skip the line and actually go to the front of the line for an extra $10. So there's been a lot of people use that.
Wait a minute. You mean this right here isn't even the scare part?
This is the queue line.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is where you wait to get
Holy
scared.
crap! I don't even know if I want to go back.
He's so scared.
So yeah, so this is just the queue line. This is where they'll queue up. If you see the stanchions, they queue up all the way back through here, through the clock tower, back around, and then they actually go into the sanatorium.
What kind of hours are we looking at every night?
7 o'clock to about 11 on most nights. Gosh, I know there's some random nights, but I tell people that it's just 7 to 11 is a good thing, except for on Sundays. I think it's 7 to 10. The website's the best place to go. You can either go to dreadhollow.com or Ruby Fall or hauntedcavern.com. It takes you to the same place. You can actually watch the video. The video is really cool if you haven't got to watch it. It's amazing. We literally had to record the video before we even got in here. So we didn't even have any sets, so we had to literally make a couple sets just for that video shoot, and actually it came out pretty good. So I mean, I'm happy with it, and I tell people actually our video, I would actually rather go see that movie than some of the crap that I've seen on the movies lately. I'm like, wow, that don't even look scary at all.
Is that like what's like playing in the background of like the web page when you go?
Yes.
Yeah, that's some creepy stuff.
Yeah.
Because I had to get on there and freaking look at the schedule and everything.
Yep. So yeah, no, and I mean the best place to go for all that information is there. And a lot of people have been driving up the mountain. Don't drive up the mountain. Come to exit 175. We're right here in Tiftonia / Lookout Valley. We're right behind the La Quinta, right off exit 175. You can't miss us. Yeah, don't go up the mountain. We've had a lot of people go up the mountain thinking that's where we are. We're not. We're down in the valley this year because it's, like I said, 3 times the size of what we can do up there. It's gonna only get better. This is just our first year. We had a lot of problems. We just got air conditioning last Thursday. So we've been working in here with about 100-degree temperature. So yeah, it's been rough. But we're hoping that if things go well, we'll be here for a few years to come. And so hopefully, they give me. We only had this for 55 days. I told them if you give me 365 days, wait till we'll see what I can do next year. So, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that. The challenge.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
No,
And
yeah.
all the parking. There's so much parking. I know you mentioned it was kind of crowded at the Ruby Falls location,
Yeah, it was, and a lot of, and then all that you got McDonald's right here. We got our friends over at CVS. A lot of people go over there. We don't have public restrooms inside, but we do have porta potties with a portable hand washing station for people. So we are taking care of people. We are also 100.
It sounds like they take care of their potty needs. While
Yeah, some of them do. Some of them do. And something that we definitely want to brag about real quick is we are 100% wheelchair accessible. There is not any other haunt that I know of that is 100% wheelchair accessible, but we are. I think the saddest thing that's happened to me in the past month was a friend of mine, and hopefully she's watching, Cindy Schrock. Me and her were talking about how Patrick was going to get to come this year. And so literally the Thursday before he passed away, me and her were talking about how I can't wait because Patrick's going to get to come see what I do every year because he had never been able to come, and then he passed away. And fortunately, I was asked to be a pallbearer, and I mean, not trying to down the whole episode, but this season is for him. This season, everything I do for the 501st from here on out is for that family and for Patrick Chirac. And if y'all ever met him, he was a wonderful kid.
Just so people know, he was the one who they made the big thing, the Extreme Home
Makeover. Correct.
He had the brittle bone disease.
Yep.
He was the little boy,
Yep.
and they constructed an entire house like specifically for him.
Yep. And he was a wonderful kid, and he was 15 and well beyond his years and the things that he brought to the community. But Pear may not want to come, but if you're in a wheelchair and you want to come visit us, we hope you do come soon.
Now, was that something you were able to do at the previous location?
No.
Okay.
We were unable to do that, and that was one of my things I wanted to do. When we have a injury or something, we can handle them. Bring them on.
Now, I might be in a wheelchair after I get out of here.
You know what? I have one up front. We can push you in and push you through. So.
Well, we can throw you on that gurney that I saw back there.
Let's tweet this offline right now.
Uh-oh.
Huh?
We just went offline.
Uh-oh.
5 seconds late. 5 seconds.
We're still showing good.
According to YouTube, we're off stream. Here, let me.
I'm sorry. Get off on top of there.
Oh, it's all good. We'll figure it out.
Dude, it's not a big deal.
I ramble. Told you did keep me in line.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. So I don't
Normally I have to.
Okay, so I'm hoping that we didn't lose anything important there.
I don't think so. I think we're
Are we back?
Good.
Like literally, he finished and then it cut.
The spirits are with us.
Yeah.
Woo.
So,
Yeah.
well, now I'm buffering.
Yeah.
Is it back up?
I'm not
Nope.
really sure what's going on there.
Okay.
Dun, dun,
No.
dun.
Is it back?
Nope.
Nope. Nope.
How do you tell? I see us, but
We can actually watch it.
oh,
I'm not really 100% sure what's going on right now.
you know this happens every time I'm on. Have you never noticed it?
It
Sure
does.
does, don't
It does. Every time I'm on, this happens. Just saying.
I'm gonna
Just saying.
we have been having issues today, regardless of where I've been at. Like I was gonna do a 5-hour Skyrim stream today, and it turned into like 2 hour-and-a-half
Well, I'm
streams.
good
And
now.
about
Oh, you're
4
seeing
to
us now.
10 minutes, and so I was like,
Wow.
So you're going to play Skyrim for 5 hours.
For
but
5
you
hours.
give me a hard time
Wait.
about my marathon role-playing game.
I know. I was going to say I don't even get to sleep for 5 hours. How do you find time to do that for 5 hours?
I was off and didn't have anything to do.
Oh God. Well, you know, holler at me. We'll put you work.
Yeah.
So I went to haunted houses when I was a teenager. I think that's the last time I really did it. I don't really recall them being story-driven. So is that pretty unique for you guys, or is that a common thing? I don't know.
Well, I mean, actually, it's a
Not
good question.
well-versed.
We feel like we want to make you feel part of it. So when you come in, we want to give you a story, and our storyboards are at the front of the building where you're in queue line. You can read it, and then the characters kind of pull you into the story as well. To me, it just gives more depth to it. It honestly makes you feel like, especially like you, as you're a role player.
Yeah, I love stories.
So
yeah.
you know,
so it's like,
so
oh, how does
to tie all that together, and then you go and visit the rooms, and then you see the story and the characters, and understand how they all relate. To us, it just makes you feel more part of it instead of
it's more immersive.
Right. And it's the old style haunted house where, you know, you walk into a room and it would be a jungle, and then the next room was you're in a house, and then the next room, it just never, there's no cohesive nature to it. So we try to keep a cohesive theme and bring you as part of the scene. I mean, there's no handrails. I mean, the actors breathe on you. They get within your personal space. You know, so it's a totally different feel from what I knew as a kid.
Yeah, I mostly remember just the biggest scary thing about it was just waiting for the jump scares.
Yeah.
So it sounds like this is a lot more, you're not just waiting for somebody
No.
to be like,
No,
so
not
the
at
whole
all.
experience.
Some of them
is-
will hold a whole conversation with you. So I mean, yeah. So I mean, it's just and there's different little things that we do. And like I said, this is just one queue line. There's a second queue line going through the Grimsby's, and the things they do to you back there, I don't even want to go into that. So you'll have to just come and experience it because they pick one person out. So if you do come, bring him and say he's the guy that needs to go through there.
What?
One
Well,
person.
I was thinking I could bring all the teenagers that I have in my life and could just like start them and get with you before, and like when it gets dark you can like sneak me out and I'll be gone and they're
Oh my gosh.
That would be
that's
hilarious.
horrible, but
We used to do
hilarious.
that a long time ago, but yeah, a girl would get thrown over a wall, And then she would be waiting outside going, really? And because most people would run after she got thrown. So yeah, but no, those are the good old days.
Y'all are evil.
What? Well, if you come with Lonnie.
I live with 4 teenagers. Like,
Yeah.
they earn it.
Yes.
Sure.
Totally.
Especially when they have friends over.
He's sweating already. He's
Yeah,
not even
I'm-
going through.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know.
It don't take much.
Oh, I mean, I would be terrified going through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what the cool part is even if we don't scare you, we try to entertain you. So I mean, and I tell people, from Chattanooga to anything I've ever been a part of, I tell people we try to entertain people and keep them involved in everything we do. So I mean, even if like in some of the Grimsby's areas, you're going to laugh because some of the characters are that kind of way. They're going to laugh, but then you're going to kind of be scared because you don't know if they're kidding or if they're serious. You know what I mean? So I mean, we try to keep that sting instead of just a total jump scare. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
And all. So it's a different vibe.
I like it.
Yes, we try.
Very cool.
Are they now I know some people may shy away from haunted houses because of like certain issues and stuff. Like me, you know, I'm scared to death.
Because
Like,
they're scary.
Are the actors allowed to touch you?
No. It's one of those things where we say they'll touch you, but the only reason is that is because if we say they won't touch you, if they accidentally touch you, then you're going, oh my God, they touched me.
Yeah,
So,
but I mean,
no,
what I'm saying is
they
like,
will not grab you.
you got a lot of people who are kind of iffy about
Right,
that kind
right.
of thing, and
No.
you don't want to like be raw, you know,
No,
like that.
no. They will not. But I mean, they'll get in your
Yeah.
personal space, and sometimes you know,
Yeah.
like you shift my way, I shift your way, and we bump into each other. But that's the kind of touching that would be. It would never be me going, "Come on, Lonnie, we're going. You're coming with me." No, we're not
Oh,
gonna do
God.
that, so. Well, actually, if you came through and I was in there working,
Oh,
I
you
would
totally
do that.
do it. Yeah.
God, because I'm like, oh, they're not going to touch me, and then suddenly somebody just grabs me and pulls me in the back.
And that has happened before, and it's actually funny to watch, especially when people don't realize that somebody knows that person, and and they're like, and then they realize they know them, and you're like, oh God, so yeah, but it is fun. So
I want to know, like, do we have any good stories from this first weekend?
well, I mean, we've already collected a shoe, we've also collected an LA Lakers. I mean, nice brand new LA Lakers hat. And the guy pretty much said, because I said, dude, I found your hat back there. He goes, man, you can keep it. And I was like, okay. And he goes, man, I ain't going back in there. I said, well, okay. The girl, we have no idea where the other shoe is, if it's still on her foot, but she's gone.
You have no clue who
I
it
have
belongs
no
to.
clue. No clue.
Wow.
We don't know. And then my favorite of the weekend, and it involves me, is my character Candy. You can usually smell him coming because he smells like cotton candy.
Oh dear God.
Oh wait, and I'll tell you the background there. There was a couple girls in CVS. They'd already been through. They went over to get something to drink. They were coming out, and I hid behind the ice machine. I chased them to the La Quinta. I lost track of them at the La Quinta. But, I mean, y'all know how far it is from there to there? It's about 200 yards. So I chased them all the way to the parking lot, and everybody had their cell phones out, videoing it. So yeah, so
Wow.
it was fun.
Above and beyond with the
Yes,
scares.
yes. So yeah. Well, I
And
mean,
committed.
and so to make it
Sanitary.
worse and more creepy, and for everybody out there,
Yes.
Candy, my alter ego, he rolls around in cotton candy every night, so he is sticky sweet, and he's naked, by the way. So, see,
So a naked, sugar-covered man chasing
Yes.
girls through a parking lot.
exactly. See,
That is very terrifying.
I know.
Yeah.
You ever
I
had
know.
the cops come
Maybe-
on you?
no. Oh, they're usually out there watching because we pay them to be here. So they're the ones laughing. What are you talking about? So no, but no, it's a lot of fun. I mean, I tell people, if you haven't been to a haunted house in a long time, come and try it out because even if you don't get scared or whatever, you're going to be entertained in some fashion or whatever. We've been doing this for a long time, and I love it. I tell people when we get actors to come in, and we train them, and then some of them stay with us year to year. We usually have about a 70% or 65% ratio to retain them. A lot of them end up going to college somewhere. Yeah. And honestly, I'll tell you, dedication of some of our actors. I have Dana, and shout out to Dana. She literally works for the FBI in Knoxville.
Ooh.
She leaves on Thursdays, drives all the way down here, works here, and is off on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and it comes here every weekend to work because she loves it so much. And I tell people, That right there is, you know, when you've got somebody who has worked with us, I guess Dana's been with us for like 4 or 5 years, but she literally drives from Knoxville, drives all the way to here, literally gets out of her car, puts on her stuff, goes to her spot and works here, stays here with her mom and dad all weekend, gets up Monday morning, goes back to Knoxville to go to work.
Holy crap.
Yeah. So, I mean, some of our actors are amazing. I mean, I can't say more about half of them. They're amazing. We got some new ones this year that we've trained, and they're getting a little better. After this weekend, I mean, I believe they'll be up to 110%. They're right now about 90, 95, you know, running in there. So they're getting there. But I mean, yeah, after this weekend, everybody will be cranked up, and it'll definitely be worth coming. This weekend will be worth coming, too. It's just, like I tell people, we always tweak them and tweak different things.
So is it mostly younger people that you hire?
No.
Okay. So like somebody say like my age that would want
your
some
age,
acting,
my age, what are you talking about?
acting
I do
training to maybe improve, say, I don't know, like her DM skills or something. So that would be a thing that could happen.
Yeah, we have Cassandra Bryson.
Hypothetically.
She's an actress that's been working with. She's in the sanatorium.
I know a couple of people actually know personally, like you know, Mark.
Holly.
He does a lot of stuff with us.
Yep.
You know, he's actually a UNN member, and you know, he works here. Actually,
Holly.
one of my friends I've known for a long time, Courtney.
Which one?
Courtney Patty.
Courtney Patty. Yes, she's over.
She'll be
she
new
moved.
this year.
She what? Yeah, she came from. I believe she used to work for Gates of Misery down in Georgia.
Speaking of, we're doing a show there next weekend.
Okay, yeah. Well, say hello to Susan and those guys down there for us.
Yeah, because they do a lot of stuff. Matter of fact, just kind of going off.
Well, here you go, back on track. Those guys run our Drunken Big Wheels.
Yes.
See, there you
That's
go.
what I was getting at.
It's a small world, especially the Haunt family. We all become more family, and those guys down there put on a good show too, and they've been doing it a long time. But yeah, they actually work and do our Drunken Big Wheels, which of course this year we're moving to the Chattanooga.
Yeah.
So our host hotel is the Chattanooga, and so those guys actually run that, and I believe we also. Man, my wife's going to kill me, but we'll unveil this right here, and she's probably sitting there going, "Don't do it, don't do it." She's watching. Is she typing? Don't do it.
No, the
Okay.
only person in the chat's available right now.
Okay, good.
Oh,
good.
God.
Oh, wow.
UNN exclusive.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know if anybody was at Dragon Con, but they had the Game of Thrones throne there. It will be at Chattanooga this year, and all the proceeds will be going to charities.
Wait, what is it?
It's literally a Game of Thrones, the Iron Throne. They have a full-scale replica of it, and so you can sit in it. So anyway, so that will be at Chattanooga this year, and I think it's like $5 to sit in it and get a photo, but all of that will go to charities. And
That's my new profile photo.
so there you go. So anyway, so those guys are coming. We just booked them the other day. So just keep throwing off the track here, but no.
It's all good. We're here to promote everything.
Hey.
All the things.
Yeah, and I mean, hey, I'm full of it.
I was wanting to know, you know, because they just announced like a week or two ago that the Drunken Big Wheel Race would be returning. Do we have any kind of location on that yet?
At the Chattanooga.
Like?
At the parking lot.
Okay.
So literally everybody can get in the center in the grass area, and they'll be doing loops there. We're getting the valet parking guys to move all the cars out of that area so they don't get hit, because, you know.
We were there last year and
Yeah.
live streamed it for everybody.
Alcohol, big wheels, and nice cars, probably not a good mix. So we're going to get them to move the cars and all, and we're going to do it there. If we can't do it there, there's rumor maybe the parking garage. So, I mean, you know, hey, we'll figure out a spot, but I think we're going to do it right there in that little circle area where the valet parking guys use the
I'm
park.
hoping that wherever we have it has Wi-Fi. If not, we will pre-record it and put it on there late that night.
I think their Wi-Fi probably could catch where we're doing it at. It's probably maybe 100 feet from the front door there. So.
Okay, maybe.
So yeah,
We'll
check
see.
it out.
I'm hoping for the best, but regardless, we're going to carry that.
It's back, you know. So I mean, it will never go anywhere. We had an idea of moving it to a different location, and then we realized that was probably not a good idea because of it's a public space, and so we talked to the Chattanooga, and I tell you what, I mean, for a hotel, they've embraced us 100% and been like, whatever you guys want to do, do it. So, I think we're sold out over there with rooms. So I think that kind of probably helps entice the whole do what you guys want.
Yeah.
But no, it's a beautiful hotel if you've never been there, and the breakfast is amazing at that location.
Oh yeah, that's a great brunch.
The subject of the Dread Hollow here. What is personally your favorite location in here?
You know, it's a toss-up. I mean, I want to camp out nasty. When you go into the hospital, you're going to smell that formaldehyde, that smell of, you know, the things that you would smell in a hospital, especially when you go through our meat market. You're going to smell death.
Oh.
You're going to smell slaughtered human beings. Oh, we have a crematorium. When you go past there, you're going to smell burned flesh. So you're going to feel the heat. So, I mean, we try to immerse you with all your senses.
Yeah, I was
Crazy
gonna say,
immersive.
like,
That's-
If you do like, you
So
know, if you
thorough.
need like some bad smells from the bathroom, you could it'd probably be cheaper just to have me drop by a couple times.
Okay.
a night.
Wow.
Just make sure you don't scare him until he
Yeah.
gets
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hurry up and go eat down there at the Mexican place, and then hurry up and run in there.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, it's pretty cool. The company that makes those scents is amazing. She's like, "Yeah." Well, I keep telling people one of these nights y'all going to see me in the high chair, and I'm going to have just pudding, but it's not going to look like pudding. I'm going to have it in a diaper. I'm just going to say that.
Dear God, dude.
Yeah, see, but I mean that's part of it. See, but were you entertained because you're sitting there going, I can't believe that grown man is eating out of a diaper. So yeah.
I do. Can Todd be scared?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, my divorce was scary as hell. So,
Okay.
So yeah.
So that's what scares you.
Yeah.
Divorce,
I mean, honestly, I've numbed a lot of things, but every once in a while, something to get me. And when we go to other haunts or we visit people at other shows, which we don't get to do as much as we used to. I mean, I used to actually stop and go, "Good scare, I loved it, great job," you know. And I tell people that. And one of the rules that we tell all of our actors, if they do visit another haunt, and you can tell the classy haunts from the non-classy haunts, because our guys go to a haunt, they will never ever harass or tease or whatever. They'll say good job or they'll keep walking. I tell, if you ain't got nothing to say, don't say it at all. And so we fired people from going to another haunt and saying stuff before. So it's just, you know, common courtesy. I mean, you know, you don't go to a restaurant and be a jackass because you work at the competitor's restaurant. So
I don't know. Some people do that.
well, you know what? But the thing is what kind of person is that? What does it say about them? You know.
Yeah.
So we try to keep it, you know, classy whenever we do go to another haunt. And it's very rare we get to, but it is fun when we actually get to go see other haunts. And like I know Danny and Susan will come up here and tour our haunt at some point during the year. And, you know, and they always talk to me in the parking lot about all the things they enjoyed or didn't enjoy or whatever. And we love that, you know. I mean, because as I tell people with Chattanooga, if there's something you enjoy, tell us about it. If there's something that you think we should change, let us know, because we can't fix it if we don't know. And maybe it's something that we're talking about getting rid of, but you enjoyed it, then let us know that we want to keep it. So, I mean, you know, there's never a negative or a bad positive, you know, thing. Just like we tell our actors, there's no stupid questions, there's only stupid answers.
So I was wondering about, because, you know, it is a small world, and, you know, I talked to Susan at the Drunken Big Wheel race, and so we kind of networked there. And then immediately, right at Chattanooga, like the week after, was like, "Hey, you got to come up, you know, come down to our haunted house in Rome," you know. And I was like, "I don't know." And then, of course, it's Amber's birthday weekend next weekend for
And that's what she wants to do.
Yep.
Friday the 13th, big day for everybody.
Yeah, her birthday, Friday the
See?
13th.
That is awesome.
We
Yep.
went on a ghost hunt. I'm so excited.
Awesome. Y'all going down to South Pit?
No, we're downtown with Hope, who did the
Yeah, y'all
Princess
doing the
Theater.
Chattanooga Ghost Tours.
Yep.
It's funny. I was just talking to them because they're going to bring some flyers by to put by. We're totally good fans of theirs and all. So yeah, the Chattanooga Ghost Tours, if you've never done it, is a lot of fun. It's a real good tour, and they tell you a lot of history that I was unfamiliar with. I mean, like the bridge. I mean, you know, they were talking about the hanging there, and I mean, you're like, that really happened, you know, and I mean. And just to hear the story about the things that they tell you, and you're like, wow, you know, it's pretty creepy but cool. So have you done the tour yet? No? Okay. Okay. So you know what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Dude, they tied the rope, was it 3 times?
Yeah.
And every time it did, and they finally just unloaded their guns on him because they couldn't hang the guy. Kid you not.
Wow.
The rope broke 3 times.
I'm like, yeah, I'm sitting there thinking about, because, you know, we're actually going on a hunt,
Yeah.
and she's going to have the electronic equipment
Yeah.
out and everything,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, dear God, I hope we don't bring something home.
So are y'all going to get to do any of the underground stuff? No? Don't know?
I have no clue. It's gonna be a surprise.
They did close it all off.
Well, yeah, it's closed off, all right. You can get to it, you just got to know people. So, Yeah, so, but it's still there. That's what I tell people. It's there. It's just you got to know somebody to get down there. But
we're going to be live streaming.
That's
like
cool.
I'm going to be carrying the phone through there, and then, of course, whenever she's like telling the stories and stuff, I'm going to kind of do some commentary off to the side, so we don't, give everything away.
But, yeah, no, you don't want. But to hear the history of things is really cool. I mean, since you've been on, you know what I'm talking about. It's really cool. And if you can do the extended tour, they go to the Reed House and the Choo Choo and give you a little bit of brief too. So I mean, it's really cool, the history of paranormal and the things that have happened here and all. Which the Reed House is in the renovation stages, and I keep going, don't get rid of the room, because I mean it's because they're renovating the whole facility. So I'm like, that room is what makes you guys cool,
Yeah.
So but. But yeah, this town has a lot of good history that you can build upon, and that's kind of how we came up with the name Dread Hollow. It was like, it's in the hollow or whatever, and we just wanted to make this whole town feel, with dread, and it was. I mean, it's literally the worst of the worst come to this town, and every year, like I said, the story evolves around a whole different feel. So,
Holy crap. I'm like, yeah, because we're like geared up for Halloween. Of course, I'm a fan of Halloween, and of course, Amber, like,
Every reasonable person should be.
it like takes that up into like 12th gear, and
well, it just makes you mad when you go see Christmas stuff out already. What?
Yeah, I don't care for that.
Me either.
Stay on the Halloween.
It's not real. I don't look at it.
I know.
Shun.
Yes. Shame.
Yeah. We went to, my sons and I went to Hobby Lobby not too long ago. It was Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas, all, as you were
And
looking.
then you keep
and you're
going,
like,
and
oh,
it's
God.
Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. It makes me really sad. And the thing is Halloween is actually still the second largest retail, holiday. And it's like, why do y'all keep pushing it away, and Christmas is already out there? And then I tell people, the other thing that makes me mad, and we're totally off topic here.
Oh, whatever, what's wrong
but I
with
mean,
it?
but Thursday, you do not open on Thanksgiving, and all these stores need to quit that crap. Is that not irritating to y'all?
I've never participated in a Black Friday.
Well,
I've never done.
Well, now it's Black Thursday, I guess,
Yeah,
because they're it's like all these
That's just
people.
me.
You're supposed to be spending family quality time. Stores should be open on that day, and now they're all open on Thursday, and it's like our
And
country's
people are-
going to crap.
Awful to the retail workers during
Right.
that time. Just awful.
I'm not going to play hypocrite. I have been to one Thanksgiving shopping day, and it was really out of necessity because they're setting it up now to where if you want the deals, you're gonna go.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're gonna go in Friday morning and the
It
shelves
won't be
are gonna
there.
be bare,
Oh, yeah.
and all the good deals are gonna be gone, and it's just.
Well, here's how I look at good deals. My time, my personal lifetime has value. And if that waiting and driving and dealing with people doesn't negate the value of my time, that's not a savings at all.
Yeah.
Like, I would rather pay full price for an item and it only take 5 minutes of my life than 3
I
hours
wouldn't.
staying in line, dealing with
I'm
angry
like
people
the
when
money
I'm supposed to
saver.
be
The
sleeping.
Well, but you can almost go on Amazon and get the same deal,
Yeah,
or even
Cyber
Walmart
Monday.
online. Walmart online, you
that
can
is a
go
pretty
in
good
there.
point. I
You can even do the in-store pickup on a lot of the deals. A lot of people don't know that. So I mean, you buy it on that day, and then you just sit and wait till Saturday, and then you go pick it up. So
Yeah, I don't want to give too much away
okay,
about this, but the lighting level, is this about what to expect?
no.
No, we have
Well, we have the
spotlight on
spotlight
us.
over there, but yeah, if we
Yeah.
killed the spotlight, yes, this is actually what
Okay.
you would see in the queue line, and there's a couple other areas that be hot spotted and whatever. And speaking of Christmas, I'm trying to get Ruby Falls as well as my partner to agree to it. I want to do a scary Christmas, so I want to bring.
Wow.
Sleigh
Yeah.
bells.
Yeah, see, I want to do Krampus. So everybody can take their kids to see Santa, and then the people that want to bring their kids to meet Krampus, they can just scare the shit out of them, so they'll be good for the rest of the year.
Dude, you were like freaking Jack Skellington.
That is
But
amazing.
but would you bring your teenagers to that?
Yeah.
See, and you can get your picture made with Krampus and the zombie claws. I mean, come on.
I mean, I get
at
it. I
JJ,
do. It sounds amazing.
Yeah,
they
I'm
have
like,
a
holy
Krampus
crap,
thing
man.
every
Like,
year,
I've
and that's
never.
fun.
yeah. See,
But a whole thing of it would be awesome.
Yeah, see, that's what we're talking about. I want to do half the haunt, not the entire thing, but one side we'll have a whole Krampus Christmas.
So only like 10,000 square feet?
Yeah, only 10,000 square feet. You know, nothing.
Little trip.
Yeah, a little trip. But just a way to, instead of, how
Somebody is cheering Halloween, Christmas.
Yeah, see? Well, I mean, you think about it. All the churches used to do hell houses to scare you to love Jesus. So what I'm doing is to scare you to be good. So, so we will, instead of going, Santa Claus is watching you, now you can bring them through here, they can meet Krampus and see that he rips their arms off, eats them, and they probably won't be bad anymore. So.
Or at the very least, just the people who aren't into Christmas have something else to look forward to.
Exactly.
Not that I'm not into Christmas. I like Christmas. So, it's fine after Halloween.
So see, I've got votes to go for that now, right?
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be
Petition.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, let us know if you really like it, because I'm begging them to let me do it, and it's still kind of one of those, everybody's kind of, and I'm like, let's just try it, even if we only open it for like 2 weekends. Just give me a chance to try this, because I think it'd be different, and and everybody's kind of tired of going and seeing all the lights up at Rock City, and it's like, okay, I've done that, so what could be different? Boom.
That is true, because if you don't do it, you'll never know if it could have been a success.
Yep. And a lot of other haunts across the country have done it, and it's been a success. And they even do Bloody Valentine's Day and different things like that, and Scream Break during spring break. So we're looking at that possible goal with this venue, and then we'll possibly add interactive escape rooms. And I tell people, you've gone to escape rooms, but what we're going to do is actually make them more interactive, where there will be someone in the room, or like one of the ones that I've been dreaming up is there's a big canister of chemicals above your head, and if you do not solve it in time, the chemicals dump on you. So there's a true there's a true fear of things happening to you, instead of you just, the timer goes out, oh, we didn't do it. No, when the timer goes out,
you get slime.
The zombie breaks free and eats you, or the slime drops out of the ceiling, things like that happen. The floor drops out. I mean, just fun things like that.
That is.
See,
I like your brain.
Okay, so with the first step, the scary Christmas.
Right.
How can people help support you with that? Is there?
Well, if you can go to our Dread Hollow
forum
Facebook page, go to our Facebook page and say, please bring a scary Christmas, because that right there, I can show the people that. But we have a Dread Hollow page, or you can go to the Haunted Cavern page, and either way. But you go to Facebook Dread Hollow or Facebook Haunted Cavern, and you can tell them, hey, bring a scary Christmas. I heard it on UNN, and
Yeah, we're gonna have to. We'll share that link
So,
in the. God, we should have got together before this.
Hey, me and you always just bounce things.
We do all kinds of neat stuff. Now, I guess now we're kind of segueing. We've covered just about all there is to cover.
I think we've gone everywhere.
But I want to get ahead of myself a little bit, because I'm sure we'll probably have you back on towards the beginning of February.
Yeah.
But I want to do like kind of a little mini preview of Chattanooga. Anything new aside from the throne that we should expect? Any guest announcements or anything like that?
Honestly, every bit of my time has been poured into here.
Yeah.
So my team's been working on a bunch of stuff. One of the things that we're doing is we're actually downsizing our vendor hall, and we're actually upsizing our gaming. So gaming will actually be double the size of what it was last year.
And that's actually being run
by your guys.
Yeah, Infinity Flux.
So Jason and Megan over there are amazing, John, all those guys. So they've done it. When me and Jason met, we talked about what we wanted gaming to be, and he was in my brain. And actually, he was beyond where I wanted him to go. I mean, Jason took things to that step of, I was like, this man knew where I wanted to go, and actually took it about 10 steps farther. And so him and Megan and John as well have done an amazing job with our gaming, and they've only had it, I guess, 2 years now, or been in there for, and so gaming this year will expand more. We're trying to actually bring in more video games as well, and maybe some arcade and different things like that. So, in an area for the LARPers to do some, battles and stuff inside. So that's a good and a bad thing, because I mean, a lot of people, we're slimming down the vendors, but we're actually not losing a lot of vendors. We're actually just narrowing the space up. A lot of people complain because they thought it was too wide. I like the wide area, because if I got a big ass costume coming through there, instead of like at Dragon Con where you're going, you can actually go down the aisles, yeah. So, but we're gonna have a little narrow aisles and things like that. We still got a bunch of amazing vendors coming. I don't know all the stuff that's been going on because I've been focused here, but I know those guys, and we're actually having a meeting. Actually, going to meet here. I think next weekend or this weekend. I'll have to look and see, and I'll get an update on everything, and I can kind of send you a message if there's anything that they've been working on that I don't know about. But there is a couple guests that we're working on, and things kind of fell through because I started doing this project. But I told Alexis the other day to get back, and me and her are going to focus back on a couple good guests that I've been pushing for. It's just, I tell you people all the time, guests are the worst thing ever, just because it's, guessing what people want, and trying to see and all, and it's the hardest thing because, a lot of the guests are what's the word? Out of reach, and we dropped the price this year for Chattanooga, if people hadn't noticed. Because we heard the complaint that it was too expensive, and we were like, well, we'll drop the price for a year. And then everybody was like, well, hey, you're going to get better guests, right? And I went, we dropped the price. So, you can't have both worlds. So, because when you drop the price by $10, and 5,000 people are coming to the event, we just lost a lot of money that we normally put into it. So, there won't be,
me personally, I was happy with the guest list last year because we actually got a lot of really good interviews on the show.
Good.
Good quality interviews with good quality guests.
Well, and that's what we focus on. We try to only bring guests that we've actually met, or some of our people have met at another show, or from like you. You go, you know what? I was at Wizard World and I met so and so, and they were so amazing, because I've wanted guests to come, and I've met them at a show, and I'm like, I would not have that asshole at my show ever. And they won't ever be here because of that reason. Because, I want them to be able to talk to the kids. I'm sitting here saying words like, not like they matter, but I want them to be, like Tamora Morrison was one of my favorites, because, he didn't even ask for money for his autograph. When kids would come up and they'd go, well, we don't have any money. He goes, I don't care. And he would sign an autograph and hand it to them. I'm like, wow. That's the kind of guest that we want, because, that's not normal. When we had Jim Butcher a couple years back, he LARPed with our LARPers, and then he went to dinner with a lot of people and ate dinner and hung out with them. And that's the kind of guest we want. We want, when Steve was here this past year, the Red Power Ranger.
Yeah, I did an interview with him.
Yeah,
It was great.
He went to dinner with a bunch of Power Ranger fans, and they were like, I've gone and seen him at many shows, but I've never got that level of, and that's what I tell people. That's what's so cool about Chattanooga with the free shuttles and everything that we got going for us. It's a different environment, and Chattanooga is nothing like any other show I've ever been to. And we go to shows, we go to Momo, we go to, to Dragon Con, we go to some down in Alabama, we've gone to North Carolina, and there's a feeling there of family and of just openness that you don't get at other shows, I feel. Even when I go to Fanboy up in Knoxville, they got great guests, but I'm like, but it's pretty much, where's your money? You know what I mean? And they don't talk to you. And and who wants that? If I want to meet somebody who I wanted to meet or see, I want to be able to have a conversation with them, and say, hey, I actually got to meet Gene Simmons. I didn't pay $300 to have pose with his guitar, and then he was across the room over there. Wait, hey, No.
It's like Tom Nguyen.
Yeah.
I got to sit down and have like a 45-minute interview with him, and if you wanted 20 minutes of his time to sit down and talk, he'd talk to you.
Yep.
And again, kudos on getting Alex Ogle to do the art. Local guy.
Yep. Next year, we've already got Jennifer Leonard. I don't know if you're familiar with her.
No.
Check her out on Facebook. Her stuff is amazing. She's already got the artwork done for 2019.
Cool.
She is amazing. She's an up and coming artist. We like to, because the Transformer year, that was boy, he's gonna kill me. My brain just went dead. Andy Dugan. Andy only had his little Cyclops thing, comic book he did. But now he's working for Marvel. He's also working, with other people. Tim Smith did our artwork. He was my daughter's art teacher. And now he's doing stuff for Marvel and doing stuff for Upper Deck and all this other stuff. And I tell people, maybe we didn't give that stepping stone, but it pulled some people in. And now they're all local. They're all local people. Andy's local. Alex is local. So is Tim. And by meeting with Tom and other artists that have come in, they've actually grown their artwork and actually broadened into it. And so Jennifer Leonard's one to watch for. She's known, but probably not as well known as some of the others. But I love some of her artwork and all that. I wanted another female perspective. We've only had one female artist in our history, and so now this will be our second.
We're gonna have to get a hold of her to like do
Do an episode. Yeah, it should be great.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah,
You're gonna reveal her art probably at what, the next event?
It'll be at the show. We'll do like we did Alex's art. We'll have a big old blow up of it to where teasing for the next year.
And I'm assuming she'll be at the show.
Yes, she'll be there.
So we're gonna do that.
Yeah,
So I can see like we're gonna have to be running around getting interviews with people like crazy. You're gonna be there at Chattanooga, ain't you, Lindsey?
Yeah.
I'll just make sure.
I just thought, what with the thing and all.
Drunken big wheels. This is
I thought, last year was my first year that I went. And it was like very spur of the moment. Like Friday, got off work and was like,
I'll check it out.
I'll go. So confused. Like the app kept crashing, and then I didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't with a group of people. I didn't, it was. But as much of a like mess as that was for me personally, afterwards talking with I think it was Alexis and like explaining like how confusing it was for me, and maybe it was just my brain and I was stressed and by myself and didn't know what to do, but she was really good about like communicating with me and accepting my ideas or answering questions about like, well, where did I go wrong here and how can I make sure next year I'm not like
well, it's a lot less confusing.
I need tasks. I'm a very schedule driven, like this is what I need to do today kind of person.
In our app printed you a schedule and see.
Yeah, well, I did get the I think what they had at the time was it just had like the room number, the title of the thing, and the time, and I was like, okay,
that don't give me enough.
But I don't know what this means.
Right,
But,
and the app had all the other information. Convention center split was confusing for me. And I mean, doing the two venues and everything, because it was like, where's this at? Is it over here? Is it over there? And so that's why we're more focused now on everything being at the convention center, and that way you're not confused. We will eventually start using some of the space over at the Chattanooga, and on Saturday night we'll use some of it. But the Chattanooga is so much closer than the Choo-Choo.
It's like right next door.
Yeah, you can just...
So it's not going to be as confusing, hopefully.
Yeah.
And we're trying to get more signage. We tried to get more signage this past year, and that's the stuff we like to hear. I mean, because if we had a problem with the app, maybe we need to look at a way to do a PDF online that somebody could download and look at or whatever. Our biggest problem is we do deadlines and people don't meet the deadlines, and then we're last minute entering everything in the app, and it's frustrating, and then somebody cancels and it's like, oh my gosh, and can we not cancel it? Maybe we can find somebody, hey Lonnie, can you do this panel for us? And it happens.
Oh, speaking and God, I can't believe I forgot about this. We don't have the details yet, but we are actually going to be, we've done our video game charity events for the Humane Educational Society. And I did a Mario Kart event at Infinity Flux a couple of months ago.
Yep.
We are doing the exact same thing at Chattanooga.
Cool.
I think it's going to be like a couple hours of programming, but it's going to be like charity, but gaming, and we're going to have it like set up where people can pay to play against me, and we're hoping to get some kind of prize support and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's going to be a big thing. Yeah, we're going to do that for a couple hours, I think, on Saturday afternoon.
But that's going to have the Humane Society still, right? Is that,
yes.
Okay, so the important thing
It's
that you're
Humane
not
Society.
mentioning that's my favorite part of that is...
I said the Humane Education
No,
Society.
there'll be kittens.
There'll be kittens.
There'll be kittens.
We can't have puppies, but we can have kittens there.
Right? There'll be kittens there.
We
Usually-
haven't clarified that
Usually the
I don't care
convention
until
center
there's
will
kittens.
allow the kittens as long as they're in cages. They
Have
don't
y'all had
allow
kittens
pets,
there before?
dogs. Yes.
yet. Because normally they do kitten adoptions, but I know they were kind of iffy about if somebody adopts a kitten, they're going to be lugging them around with them during con weekend.
Right. Well, I don't know how, but I know that in the past they have brought kittens. They can't bring dogs.
So it's been done before?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
now I know.
So you can tell them that it has been done before, and actually it was Humane Society. So,
Okay.
I mean, they used to be one of our charities, and I don't even know which ones are charities. Jade's going to have to help me here, but Jade's over our charity this year. But I know the Stars is one of them, and then we got the VFW is another one, but I cannot remember what else she had included. I think it is actually Pride is one of the other ones. It's See, and there's my phone ringing. Somebody's trying to tell me that. So.
Well, not only that, but
Is it that time?
we're running an hour, so
Cool.
I could actually sit here and talk to you till like 9:30, 10 o'clock
Yeah.
tonight.
I told
Yeah,
you
we could just
we-
transition.
we've
Let's
got
just talk
places
about
to go and
this
dinner to
Yeah,
con,
I mean,
if you
I
would.
told you, you ever want to kill a show, just invite me on. I could talk for days.
Yeah, I know.
Everybody knows that, see?
Well, see, Todd, see, he's good for at least twice a year.
Yeah.
You know, we talk to you during Halloween season. We talk to you during Chattanooga season.
Now,
and-
hopefully Christmas season.
Hey, that would be
When was
awesome.
the other time we talked to you? We talked to you about Chattanooga.
What do I remember? I came on another time, but I can't remember what we're talking about. Was it one of the movie premieres or something?
It was
Okay.
you came on before Chattanooga and then
After
after.
Chattanooga,
Okay, so
follow up.
yeah,
See? See, somebody's got to keep us in line.
She does.
So, yeah.
Because
So,
see,
yeah.
she does. You know, like I know the last time that we had you on, Amber was on there. Well,
Yeah.
we both have an Amber.
Yeah.
That's
Amber was
like-
on there telling things that I should have said and didn't say. That's why
Yeah,
I'm shocked
that's
she
what
went on there tonight.
See,
Yeah.
her name's Amber.
She keeps you in
Her
line.
I
name's
don't have
Amber.
an Amber.
You need an Amber.
Yeah.
I could be your Amber too.
Okay, there you go.
Oh. All right. On that note.
Dear diary.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'll throw out one more plug. Dread Hollow
Yeah.
at 321 Browns Ferry Road in Lookout Valley, exit 175. You can't miss us. There's signs on the road. But yeah, just come and check us out. We'll be open all the way till October 31st, Thursday through Sundays, and then of course on Halloween night, and of
You
course
did that a
Friday the
heck
13th next weekend.
Yeah, you did that a heck of a
And
lot better than I
wheelchair
could.
accessible throughout.
Yes,
So.
wheelchair accessible. Tell all your friends about it, please.
Yeah.
$20 will get you in,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
you may
$30
even
to the front of the line.
bring a spare pair of pants.
Yes.
Well, CVS, you said, was right down
Yes,
the road.
right there.
Depends or whatever you need.
All good. And we do have portable outhouses out there. So, I mean, hey, you can, make sure you relieve yourself before you come in. I'm just not going to say that there's not things waiting for you once you come out. So.
That's a pretty good. Yeah. Yeah.
Lonnie is so excited to try it.
I'm not making any promises.
All right. He's got it.
I don't know, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, everybody keep in mind, Dread Hollow, we're going to be doing video game streams and stuff. Next weekend, the 13th, around 9:30 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be broadcasting live from downtown Chattanooga for the Amber Birthday Chattanooga Ghost Tours Ghost Hunt with our friend Hope is going to be helping us out with that. And then Saturday night, we're going to be doing a pre-recorded show that's going to broadcast a little later Saturday night at Gates of Misery down in Rome. And, God, it seems like
Hey,
we're...
well, don't forget Pride is this weekend as well.
Yeah.
The Pride Festival is Saturday. Come see us at the Chattanooga booth. We'll be there on Saturday. And the parade is Sunday. Or is that right? Did I do that right?
Parade Sunday.
And the parade is Sunday.
Okay.
But the actual festival is Saturday, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. So yeah, come see us. We'll be at our booth. No telling what we'll drag out for there. So I know that Alexis is going to bring a couple of cosplayers
And then scaring people on Christmas, is that something you're shooting for this year?
Yes. I want
Okay.
to shoot more for this
Go
year.
on that Facebook.
Yeah.
I didn't
Make
know if you
those
had the prep
comments.
time or not.
Yeah,
You
no,
can make it
hey,
happen.
I've already got it in my head. I just got to do the transition, and it won't take me long. So yeah, I'm ready. I just got to talk everybody else
Christmas
into it.
lights and flocking.
See, y'all are on my page. I got to get the rest of them on it, and we'll
Yeah.
be good.
Yeah.
Are we looking at the same level scares there as what you would get here?
Probably not. Probably more or less creepy, and the fact of Krampus. We want to introduce people that don't know Krampus to Krampus, because a lot of people aren't familiar with him because he's more of a European character or whatever. Over there they have parades in the streets and they beat the hell out of kids with switches. I mean, I'm kidding you
Yes.
not. Yeah, and I mean we're not going to be able to do that, but we would love to take it to that level one day. And I mean, but no, we want people to see Krampus, and we've got an amazing Krampus, and we have an undead Santa. To where you can actually come and get your
That's
zombie
already,
photos.
bro.
Yeah.
That's,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I've got
Okay.
it in my head. It's just I got to get everybody on my page. So yeah, if y'all can help me by going and telling them, please bring something
So
scary
literally
to
go
Christmas.
on his page and
Yeah,
put
yes.
that you want scary Christmas.
Yes, and do it, and do it now.
You think we get the hangman to take us out?
Hang on, we'll see. We got it again one more time. I don't know if he's got enough air. We'll see.
All right, well, if you can hear me, come see us at Dread Hollow, 321 Browns Ferry Road. We got all kinds of stuff going on for the rest of the month. Movie reviews, video game stuff, events galore. We'll be back in 2 weeks on Thursday night, which this is
Wednesday?
5th.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Yeah.
It'll be
So-
Wednesday the 19th. We'll actually be doing our regular live show back at Infinity Flux, filming live there. And anything else we want to throw out at the very last minute before we go off the air? Anything?
Baldar's Gate, Betrayal at Baldar's Gate comes out this week. Board game, and it's awesome, and you should get it, and it's fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm Lonnie.
Also kind of scary, so just... I'm Lindsay! Sorry! Ah!
And we also have Amber working the non-existent chat tonight.
Yeah.
I think it's because we're doing it on Wednesday and people
Do
are used to
everybody
us
off.
being on
Yeah.
Thursday. But whatever, they will watch it and this will be the most viewed video of the month. And we are here with special guest, Todd,
Thank you.
the master of all things
Thank you
con
for
and
having us.
scary.
Yep.
And we are Untitled Nerd Network, brought to you by Infinity Flux. And we'll see everybody tomorrow.